DSP tries it.
Hello everyone, and welcome to a new edition of DSP Tries It, Breakfast Edition. Yes, after several months ago, I filmed frozen cereal as an episode of DSP Tries It, and it actually was a pretty big hit. People liked it for variety's sake, so I've decided to do another breakfast edition. Today we are doing, yes, Frosted Flakes energy clusters. This is something new, as you can see, that they have at the supermarket. Now, as I was growing up, I was a huge fan of Frosted Flakes because we always used to have Corn Flakes. My dad liked Corn Flakes, and I didn't like Corn Flakes. I thought they were too bland, and I would always put sugar in the cereal. And my parents would complain, of course, "Oh, why do you put sugar in the cereal?" I thought, well, then just buy Frosted Flakes, right? Frosted Flakes are pretty good, but of course they're very sweet because they're covered in sugar. And of course that's why kids like them. So here we are, a new thing. It's called Energy Cluster. So let's see. Kellogg's Frosted Flakes of Corn. Now, of course, they have to call that out because, you know, you have to say that everything's healthy. So Frosted Flakes of Corn, or Demise. Energy Clusters, or Con Puñados de Energía. Excellent. Also, 9 grams of protein, because it says there's 5 grams of protein in the cereal and 4 grams of protein in the milk. Now, wait a minute. How can you claim that your product is giving 9 grams of protein when you're obviously omitting on the box that 4 grams of the protein are coming from the milk? I don't get that. That's kind of silly, and that's kind of false advertising in my opinion. So the clusters, I guess, are supposed to be of granola. And if you actually look on the side of the box, they show you, see, you got typical Frosted Flakes. That'll be in there. But also you've got these granola. Wow, this is not focusing. These granola clusters. And on the back, they have this like big thing, see? Clusters and flakes of awesome. Sink your spoon into a taste of love. What? Oh, sink your spoon into a taste you love. Excuse me. It's like, what? And helps supercharge your game. Crispy, deliciously fun Kellogg's Frosted Flakes team up with crunchy granola clusters to give you energy that'll help you show your stripes. And yes, they're still going with the sports theme for Frosted Flakes. Even when I was a kid, all the commercials would show like a bunch of kids outside, alright? And the kids would be like, you know, playing sports and doing something strenuous, physical activity, and then they'd be like, "Oh, I'm so tired." And Tony the Tiger would show up, the kids would stop playing the sport to eat a bowl of Frosted Flakes, and all of a sudden they would be energized and they would be able to finish up the game. Does that make any actual sense? If you had a bowl of cereal and milk in your stomach, do you really think you're going to want to go out there and do strenuous physical activities? Probably not. And also, I find this hilarious. Look at this. Just look at this. There's your bowl, your cereal bowl. Look, see the amount of cereal they put in it, and of course they got to put fruit in there to say to have a balanced breakfast. But look at the amount of milk. It's like a trickle. Like, that's not even enough to wet half the cereal in the bowl. And that's what they expect you to put. Like, that's what they want. That's the standard serving size. Like, I've never seen anyone put as little milk in a bowl of cereal as I see in this picture. Yet this is what the nutritionists say you should do. Yes, the nutritionists who fucking probably won't eat red meat and, yeah, all kinds of weird shit. But anyway, I digress. Here's the nutritional value. One bowl of the cereal apparently has 190 calories with milk. Of course, with the trickle of milk, 230. It probably has more than that because I'm going to put way more milk than they suggest. Boy, this is not... Oh, there we go. Since it's not focusing, then it did. It's not too bad taking a look. It actually has around 14% of your daily carbohydrates. Decent amount of vitamins and minerals. Of course, keep in mind also, they expect you're going to put like 5 flakes in the bowl, and that's your bowl of cereal, and I'm not doing that. So, alright, so let's open it up. And let us... Oh, it's also nice that they are a proud sponsor of the United States Olympic team. Alright, let's open this up. Well, I guess I'll put the camera down for a moment to open the bag, which is always another bitch. This is funny because I don't even see the clusters. All I see is regular Frosted Flakes in here right now. I guess we'll see as I pour it out. Okay, now I'm seeing the clusters. And like I said, I like regular frosted flakes, I almost said. I like regular Frosted Flakes. So these, I'm going to like. I would assume it tastes the same. Yeah, the regular Frosted Flakes. It's going to be these granola clusters that are going to determine, you know, overall what I think about this cereal. Alright, so we'll get some milk going here. Hold on. The hamster started squeaking. They scared the shit out of me. I almost spilled my milk. That's the hamsters you hear in the background. They're wrestling. See? Now that's how much milk I put in cereal. Enough so that you can see the white around the edges. And that way you can use your spoon, right, to shuffle it around, and you can get all the cereal wet. Why on earth would you put only a tiny trickle at the bottom? That doesn't even make any sense. Alright, so that's my typical bowl of cereal. So, how does it taste? That's the question. We're about to find out. Alright. Here we go. Mmm. Well, oh. Oh. It's weird. Wow. It's very grainy. What I mean by that is it's not crunchy and it's not like a crisp flake like the regular flakes. It actually kind of, you can taste the grain, you know what I mean? It breaks up into little pieces and you can definitely taste it in your mouth. And I don't think the sweetener's the same. I don't. I think the sweetener on the Frosted Flake is different than the sweetener that they're putting on the clusters, probably because the clusters, they need to stick together, versus the flake is just a little bit of sugar they're putting on the flake itself. I'm gonna take another bite. Whew. You know, I hate to say it, I wonder, I think the clusters are sweeter. I think the clusters are actually sweeter than the regular Frosted Flakes. Man. I mean, it almost tastes like you're eating a marshmallow. It really does. That's how sweet it is. It tastes like you got a ton of sugar in the cluster. And not to say it tastes bad, it's just a little off-putting. You know, Frosted Flakes are pretty sweet as they are on their own. And now you're actually having even more sugar added to it. Whew. And it's interesting because what I'm wondering is, right, Frosted Flakes normally are meant to be the cereal that gives you energy, right? So I guess what they're trying to do is they're trying to say, oh, we're going to give you like protein now with your cereal too. So I guess it's an alternative if your kid doesn't want to have like an egg or greasy, like a breakfast meat, like a ham or a bacon, right? Give them this and they'll get their breakfast protein from the cereal instead of from the meat. So I can understand what they're going for. But would this be a cereal you want to have your kid eat every day? You know what I mean? Like maybe when they're not going to have that, but what if there is a day when they're having eggs? Well, I wouldn't want to give them this cereal because now they're doubling up. Now they're having too much protein in one meal. You know what I mean? So in that regard, I think you'd have to be careful, especially because this is obviously marketed to kids. You'd want to be careful. This wouldn't be something that I would want them to eat every single day unless this is their whole breakfast. If this was their whole breakfast, fine. But not if they're going to have other supplementary things too that are going to bring in more protein into the meal. But it is kind of off-putting how sweet it is. I'm going to have one more bite here. Keep in mind, you know, I'm in my 30s and most kids are not in their 30s. So a few are, I guess. But you know, most people of my age probably aren't trying to eat this as a breakfast cereal. But let me see. It almost has like a distinct vanilla taste to it. It's very, 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 very sweet vanilla, but it almost has a vanilla taste to it. So, it's not bad. Is it amazing? Does it blow me away? Absolutely not. It's about the same price as other cereals, by the way. It's not like it's any more expensive. or cheaper or whatever. It's about the same. I would say this would be something to alternate between other breakfasts if you're going to be doing, like I said, certain days you're going to have eggs and other meats, and some days you're not. The days you're not, this would be a good breakfast cereal. But it's very, very sweet. For me, this is probably not something I would want to eat every day. It's too sweet for me. I would have it every once in a while. But others, if you're looking for a super sweet cereal that tastes kind of vanilla-y and has a lot of protein to it, you might like it. So I'm going to actually give the Frosted Flakes of Corn de Maíz Energy Clusters con Puñados de Energía, I'm going to give it a 3 out of 5. I don't think it's amazing. I don't think it sucks. I think it's a good thing to alternate with your regular breakfast cereal. And, of course, they're great. Which is funny because it doesn't even say that. I used to say that on all the boxes. It doesn't even say that anymore. That was the catchphrase. They're great. And doesn't say that anymore. Weird. Alright, so that's it for the DSP Tries It for Frosted Flakes Energy Clusters. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you for another episode soon.
DSP Tries It.
Hello everyone and welcome to DSP Tries It. And today, I'm going to be honest with everyone. I'm a little nervous. And it has absolutely nothing to do with the fact that we're doing something from Wendy's. It's a new food item on their menu. Absolutely not. It's because today we're going to be trying a burger. And the last time that I tried a burger, which was a few weeks ago, it ended up being one of the most gross and disgusting endeavors that I've ever undertaken on DSP Tries It. So I'm hoping this time it's at least better, and I'll be honest, going to Wendy's, I've never really had that bad of an experience. Typically their food is pretty damn good. So this is the Gouda Bacon Cheeseburger, ladies and gentlemen. Gouda. This is a brioche bun. Under the bun, you've got mixed greens. You've got onion. You've got a tomato, some kind of a sauce. I'm not sure what kind of a sauce that is on there. As you can see, you've got applewood smoked bacon on there. Then there's this. It's supposed to be a little bit of a, there it is, the Gouda sauce. Some kind of a Gouda melted sauce. And then some other kind of cheese on there as well. I'm not even sure what it is. And then, of course, your burger, which you can see on the side there. Before I even do anything, I'm going to taste this Gouda and see what it tastes like. It's actually quite good. It's got a mild taste to it, but it is cheesy too. And I'm also curious, what is this sauce? Let's see what this is. Ooh, the sauce actually is a little bit smoky almost. A smoky style sauce. But it's pretty good. Alright, so let's put it together. Although I am kind of surprised, only one slice of tomato on the whole burger, right? Typically when you get a burger, you get at least 2 pieces of tomato these days, but this one you only get 1, maybe because they figure the greens, there's so many greens on it that the thing already has enough. I don't know. So I'm going to lift it up. Let's take a look at what it looks like in your hand. Look at that. Pretty hefty, huh? And it's cool with the mixed greens, lots of slices of bacon on there. The presentation's pretty good. It looks a little sloppy, you know. You're always going to have that when you have greens and stuff like that on one of a burger here. All right, let's give it a bite. Let's see what it tastes like. Wow. I'm not gonna lie. It might just be that I'm hungry because I'm eating much later today than I usually do. This is really good, man. The cheese is, you got the combination of whatever that slice of cheese is with the Gouda. And the Gouda is more mellow and creamy, while the other cheese has a salty kick to it, and you get the smokiness of that sauce, the saltiness of the bacon, and the taste of a little bit of the greens is pretty good. Let me take another bite right here. Wow. I honestly didn't know if I was going to like this because not necessarily that I'm not a big fan of Gouda. There's very few times in my life that I've had it. This is delicious.
This is like a perfect combination of cheesy flavors. I'm gonna take another bite here. Mmm. Quite good. I'll say this. The positives. Lots of cheesy flavor. A lot of combination of those kind of mellow cheesy flavors. Obviously combined with a burger, with greens, and with bacon. That's the positives. The negatives, a little sloppy. Things are coming off as I eat it. That's okay. And also, is it huge on flavor? Is it bursting and brimming with flavor? Like a lot of the burgers, I remember last year, everything was sriracha. Sriracha, sriracha, sriracha. No, it's not bursting with insane amounts of flavor like a sriracha burger. But if you like cheese, you're gonna love this burger. That's the prominent feature, is the cheese flavor of it. And it also is, I just want to make this abundantly clear, it is their quarter-pound burger. This is the typical burger you get at Wendy's. It's not like a smaller one or whatever. So this is going to be filling. It's heavy. It's a heavy, hefty burger. It goes for around $5, by the way. Which is par for the course for American hamburgers. They go for around $5 when they're these more deluxe ones at a fast food chain. So I'm going to take one more bite, and then I'm going to give you my rating. Well, the bacon fell off. Darn. All right. Wendy's Gouda Bacon Cheeseburger. I'm going to be honest, one of the best burgers I've had in a while. I am pleasantly not only surprised because I didn't know if I was going to like Gouda. My faith in burgers has been restored after the really crappy one that I had several weeks ago. It's very cheesy. I'll forewarn everyone. If you don't like cheese, you're not going to like this burger. That's the primary feature of it, the Gouda cheese and the slice of cheese and the sauce. But it's really delicious if you like cheese. If you're not looking for burny or super strong, robust flavor, more of a mellow burger that has a cool combination of classic flavors, this is it. This is delicious. And it's $5, and it is hefty. It's enough. It's worth $5. It's a big, hefty meal. So I'm going to actually give the Wendy's Gouda Bacon Cheeseburger, ladies and gentlemen, a 4.5 out of 5. It's that good. I love it. I would eat this all the time. I hope that they would add this to the menu, but I doubt that they're going to add something with melted Gouda to their permanent menu, to be quite honest with you. But for now, limited time only that it's there. It's really good, so check it out, all right? That's it for DSP Tries It. Hope you enjoyed it. See you next time.
DSP Tries It.
Hello everyone, and welcome to a new edition of DSP Tries It. Yes, this is a unique one, because this time we're actually being patrons of a local business. It is a local pizzeria / restaurant called, of all things, Pizza Dudes. Yes, Pizza Dudes. And, you know, for purposes of, you know, people not trying to do silly stuff, I'm obviously not going to show you any of their location information or whatever. But this is interesting because this is actually a place that's not really local to us. Like, it's not next door, but we actually got a ad for it, and we were interested in trying them out. And so we wanted to see, you know, what would their pizza be like. Keep in mind, since we moved out here to the West Coast, the pizzas that we've tried have been very different, okay? Flatbread, crispy crust, and sometimes it's more like a Greek pizza with a cookie crust. So what we got today, we got two different pizzas. This is a pizza margherita, which is an olive oil based pizza with different kinds of, you got tomato, I forget what the, I think that's basil, the herb that they put on here. And so it's a lighter pizza, and then you've got this one, this is their meat, their meat-based pizza. I think they call it like the Dude's Muscle Man pizza. It's got sausage, beef, some bacon, and pepperoni.
And ham.
And a ham too, I guess, is in there somewhere, probably under there. So this one's more of a red pie. This one's an olive oil based pie, excuse me. We also got a sub, a meatball sub. They claim that they actually make their meatballs in-house, which is kind of interesting. And I want to take a look at that sub. And then we got garlic bread. I'm going to be honest, the garlic bread looks terrible. It was only $2 for 4 pieces. Leanna's actually over there eating a piece right now, and it's not very good. You can tell what they did is took generic bread, toasted it, and put some butter on it. Garlic type butter. Not very good. So everything right there, I can tell you this is kind of a dud. But what I would like to do is try some of their pizza, and then I also want to try out, or at least we'll take a look at this meatball sub, because this is a 12-inch meatball sub that we got. And I'm curious, I'm just going to unwrap it, because they claim, like I said, homemade meatballs. Now, you know, I make my own meatballs. So who knows, compared to my meatballs, what their meatballs are going to be like, right? Is there even any comparison? Take a look here. Lots of melted cheese on this guy. Oh, man. Well, they actually did a good job, I could tell. We're getting the meatballs in there. Looks like it's generic marinara sauce, right? And there's a meatball right there hanging out the side. I'm probably going to take a bite just to see what it tastes like before I try the pizza, because I want to see, compared to my meatballs, what do their homemade meatballs taste like? Let's see. Wow.
How is it?
That is quite good. You know what it is? They put a lot of more spicy herbs in it, so it almost tastes a little bit like a sausage, but not really. You could definitely taste the red meat, you know, like the beef. Wow. That is very good. And look at it, you can see all the herbs and everything in it. Oh, man. So that, I actually really like this meatball sub. I'm going to have more of that later. I mean, the primary reason we ordered from them was for the pizza, but I wanted to see, oh man, I wanted to see, you know, if you're going to order locally from a business, what do they offer, you know, like a wide range of food. And by the way, no, we're not going to eat all this now. This will be food for several days this week. Spread it out. So, all right, what I'm going to do, let's try a piece of pizza. Let's see here. First I'm going to go for the pizza margherita, which is the olive oil based pizza. It does not have red sauce on it. It's olive oil with, you know, tomato, basil, and other ingredients. Let's see. That's pretty good. What do you think?
The olive oil is nice and all, but honestly, I think it needs a very, very thin layer of sauce because it's very, like, cheesy and heavy. Almost a little too heavy for what a margarita pizza should be. But otherwise, good.
Yeah, it's very cheesy. Man, it's very, you're right. I almost feel they did, look, they put a white cheesy sauce on there. See that? So there isn't like a cheese sauce on there.
Too much cheese.
I'll try to take a bit of bite here. But it's very refreshing with the tomato. I'll take one more bite here with the herb there. I think that's basil. Yep. Wow. That was definitely basil. It's pretty good. All right. So that's their margarita. Now I'm going to try a more traditional pie because this one has a lot of meat on it.
I prefer the meat one.
Let's see here. Now this one has sauce on it too. And just to show you, this is not Greek style crust. It's not. It's kind of a hybrid. I call this American because it doesn't have the crispy edge. It's not, obviously it doesn't look hand tossed like a lot of pizzas are, but at the same time it's not that cookie style crust of like a Greek pizza. It's more of a hybrid. All right, let's take a bite of this guy. That is good too. Oh man, that is really tasty. All the flavors of the meats plus the sauce and the cheese combined, that is good. That is a good slice of pizza right there. The flavors are on par. You can tell it's a lot fresher than fast food pizza. What the hell's going on over there? What the hell? What the? That was completely completely random and bizarre. I'm here trying pizza, and we got hamsters doing acrobatics and flying off of ledges. Uh-oh. Now they're going to fight. No? No, they're being nice to each other. All right, good. So anyway, it's quite good. Actually, there's a little bit of a spiciness to it, too. I'm tasting it now. They must have put pepper into it, into the sauce or something.
I taste a little bit of sage. I think that was probably what they seasoned the sausage with. It tastes a little sage-ish.
All right, I'll take one more bite of this one. So this is the Pizza Dude's Muscle Man Meat Pie. That's good. I'll be honest, I like it all. I do. The only thing I don't like is this.
That garlic bread's swill.
That's crap, but it's $2, so you know, it's probably their cheapest appetizer. They just want to put garlic bread on the menu, you know, without any effort. But this is good. So you can get white pie, you can get pie with, you know, traditional sauce. Not bad. And I have to say this, it's much better than you would get fast food. Of course, the catch here is the price. It's way more pricey than if you went to, say, Domino's or you went to Pizza Hut. A large pie, this is a 14-inch pie, okay? Which is bigger, by the way, than the large pie you would get at fast food, by about 2 inches. It's going to run you anywhere from, Would you two stop fighting? It's going to run you anywhere from around $13 to $18, depending on what you get on it. If you just get like 2 toppings, I think it's between 13 to 15. If you get a specialty pie like this one I believe was 18, but because of the amazing amount of toppings that they put on it. So it's way more pricey, but you're getting a much higher quality product for that, you know? Plus, they do cool stuff like the fresh homemade meatball sub, which is awesome. I'm going to have some more of that. So, for me, initial impressions, is it East Coast Italian pizza? No. But it's way better than me going out and getting, say, Pizza Hut or Domino's. The quality's on par, much better flavors, variety of, you know, of what you can get, and the fact that, again, the variety you can get with things like fresh subs. So, for me, it's better than average. It's certainly not great. Like, East Coast Italian pizza is 5 out of 5 for me. You know, that's the standard that I hold it to. This, I would probably give it around a 3.75 to maybe a 4. Probably, I would say, depending on what you order, because I'm sure if we order certain pies, we'll like them better than others. They do other stuff. They do a pulled pork pizza, which we didn't try, but we think we might try in the future. They do Philly cheesesteak stuff.
Chicken fajita.
Chicken fajita pizza, barbecue chicken ranch pizza, buffalo chicken pizza, all kind veggie pizza, that could be good. So all those are options, but we wanted to go with more of a more lighter option and a heavier option to try to compare, and I liked both of them. Leanna said the thing she didn't like is that this one, you know, doesn't have the red sauce. That's your preference.
Yeah,
you know?
that's my preference. It's a little too cheesy for my preference, but I do like the meat one more because it's meaty.
All right, so I'm going to give it, say, a range of 3.75 to 4 out of 5, and the meatball sub was surprisingly good. What do you think overall?
Probably around 3.75. Garlic bread is swill. They should get rid of that entirely.
Yeah, that's kind of sad.
Maybe make an option where there's a margarita pizza where you can have red sauce. I mean, maybe you could customize it. I don't know. We might have to see in the future. But if you can, that's awesome. This is great.
All right, so Pizza Dude's Pizza, ranging from 3.75 to 4 out of 5. And I give a thumbs up to the sub. Obviously, I have to eat the whole thing to really give a grade. But I like it. The homemade meatball actually tasted pretty good. So we're actually, this is good. I'll be honest, a few months ago we ordered this from this place called Pizza Mart. They were okay. I think this place is better than Pizza Mart. And by the way, this place is, even though it's expensive, it's less expensive than Pizza Mart was.
Pizza Mart was way more expensive.
I think they were like $20-something a large pizza. So we'll be eating this all week. This will be our snack and stuff all week. This is good. And hope you enjoyed the video. All right, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time on DSP Tries It.
DSP tries it.
Hello everyone, DSP here, and welcome to a new edition of DSP Tries It, where I'm going to be checking out an item. We do this from time to time. That the only reason I knew this item existed is because I actually got a mailing about it, and it's kind of funny because here's the picture, but unfortunately I cut out a coupon from the other side, so it kind of messed with the top of the picture. But this is the A1 Special Reserve Steak Sandwich, featuring Angus sliced steak or beef or whatever you want to call it with some kind of melted cheese. I'm assuming it looks like melted cheddar. A1 steak sauce and an onion ring on a special bun. Not sure what kind, if it's ciabatta or if it's
brioche or whatever. You can't really tell from the picture here. So we got this in the mail. I said, you know what? Perfect for DSP Tries It. Let's swing by and see what's going on at Arby's. So we went by, and here we are. This is it. Let's see exactly what you get with this. So let's open it up. First of all, I want to make this abundantly clear. This sandwich is expensive, all right? Just for the sandwich, it was like $5.50. For a combo, it's like $8.50. So you're talking a pretty substantially expensive sandwich considering you can get around a $5 giant burger anywhere else. So let's see. So it's some kind of a cross top, and it does look like it's kind of a brioche-style bun. Let's open it up. You've got, what the heck, a tiny little onion ring squished there, and then on top of here, melted onto the cheese, is a larger onion ring. I can't even really move it because it's been lodged onto the melted cheese of the sandwich. Look, so I can't actually move it around to reposition it. I'm going to try to so I can get a better bite. And then you got a little bit, it doesn't even look like a lot, a tiny bit of A1 steak sauce under there. Look, not that much. And you've got melted cheese and supposedly Angus beef. Now, I don't know, I don't think there's anything underneath. I want to double check. Oh, there's more steak sauce on the underneath under the beef that you get on the sandwich. I'm going to be honest. Initial looks of this sandwich, not very good. It looks to me a mess. It looks like the meat is not even as much as what you would get in like a $5 burger elsewhere. The onion rings were just tossed on here willy-nilly, not even really placed properly, and it doesn't look like a lot of steak sauce. Now, I like A1 steak sauce. I've never had this special reserve sauce. I'm going to taste it at first and see how it tastes compared to regular A1 steak sauce. Ooh. Wow. Well, compared to A1 steak sauce, it's a little bit more tangy. And it does have a little bit more of a kick to it, I would say. It's not super spicy or whatever, but it has more of a tanginess to it than regular A1. So before I taste this, I'm going to put the camera down. I'm going to attempt to move the onion ring to dislodge it from the melted cheese here and see if I can get it in a better position on the sandwich. And what I'll do is I'll take the smaller onion ring and I'll try to put it in the middle of the big one. So now, just take a look at this, and I just want to ask you, if you're making this sandwich, you work at Arby's, and you're making this sandwich, don't you think this makes a little bit more sense? So every bite, you're getting a bite of onion or onion ring in the bite of the sandwich, not to have them just tossed on there. I mean, 3 more seconds of effort, and you've already drastically improved the presentation and probably the flavor of the sandwich. Then again, for what they pay them at fast food restaurants, I don't blame them for not going the extra mile, if you know what I mean. So, let's go ahead. Let's close this up. Okay? And I'm going to take a bite. Lift her up. Oops. Lift her up. There we go. Pretty hefty, like I said. It's interesting. It's not super heavy. It does seem lighter than what you would expect for an over $5 sandwich. But hey, maybe the flavor's there, right? So let's give it an initial bite. Well, the meat's pretty good. The meat is juicy. I was expecting it to be drier. It's not. It's actually quite moist. Strong flavor of Angus beef. A little on the saltier side, but that's kind of what you would expect, let's face it, from fast food beef. How else are they going to season it? They probably just toss some salt on there. But I got no A1 sauce, and I got no onion ring. So I'm going to take another bite, this time closer to the center, and see if I can get some. Well, much better overall. So now you got the salty Angus meat mixed in with a little bit of the tanginess of the A1 sauce. I don't taste any kind of like burniness at all to the sauce, but it is a tangy sauce mixed in with some of the breading and a little bit of onion flavor. It wasn't overwhelming. Then again, I only got a little bit of the edge of the onion there. Let me give it 1 or 2 more bites, and I'll give you my verdict. Let's take a bite over here. That was a good one, because I got a bite of both onion rings, as you can see. And a little bit of the tangier sauce in the middle there that was on that middle onion ring. All right, one more bite, and then I'll tell you what I think. That was the best bite. I got the most sauce out of that one. Because there was sauce on the underneath that I got in that bite, and it was quite good. Okay, so for a steak sandwich in general, it's just kind of okay. For a fast food steak sandwich, it's pretty good. There's been a lot of different places I've gone to get steak sandwich or roast beef sandwich, and it's kind of bland. Even Arby's themselves, their normal roast beef sandwich comes with like nothing, right? And we can get a beef and cheddar, and that one comes with a little bit of melted cheddar and some kind of a sauce. This one, at least you got some nice melted cheese. You've got this A1 sauce that's a very tangy sauce, and it's quite delicious. The onion rings are the one thing in this that's kind of like, because they don't really jump out. All you really taste is breading and a little bit of onion flavor. You don't taste like a full-fledged, wow, I'm eating onion rings. You know what I mean? It doesn't have, it's not full of flavor like if you got onion rings at, say, a restaurant, okay? It's more like real quick fast food, almost, you know, a little bit less devoid of flavor than getting just a side order of, say, onion rings at a better restaurant. And quite honestly, I've said this before on DSP Tries It. It seems to me that when they put onion rings on a sandwich, it's because they realize that the sandwich probably won't sell by itself. So they think that by adding onion rings, it somehow kicks the sandwich up a notch. In this case, for this sandwich to be $5.50, right? Would you buy a steak sandwich that looked like this if it just had cheese and A1 sauce and that's it? Probably not. But now, oh, well, we got onion rings. Oh, onion rings. And now they could try to sell it for a premium price. I think the onion rings are kind of a cop-out. The thing is, I actually like the flavor of the sandwich. Is it the best one ever? Absolutely not. I've had much better steak sandwiches at restaurants. But for fast food, the meat is good. It's juicy. The sandwich, you know, is pretty decent. At first, I was actually going to say it's not enough to warrant $5.50, but it does seem like it would be pretty filling because it's pretty big overall. But the thing I don't like is the onion ring. Like, this should not be a $5.50 sandwich. This should be a $4 sandwich, and don't put onion rings on it. Then it would be worth what it's worth. So the only real negative I have to say about it is that it's overpriced. I think it's far too overpriced. It's way, you know, almost $9, or with tax, it is $9 for a combo for this guy. Why? You know, Arby's has other comparable products that are actually cheaper. Just because it's Angus beef and because you put onion rings doesn't make it an insanely premium product, although they tend to think that way. So I'm going to give the Arby's A1 Special Reserve Steak Sandwich a 4 out of 5. No, you know what? A 3.75 out of 5. I went back right in the middle when I was going to say 4. 3.75 out of 5. Better than what I thought it was going to be. Tasty, juicy, delicious. The only criticism is that the onion rings don't taste as good as I thought they would, and it's way too expensive. It should be $1.50 less, and just don't put the onion rings on the sandwich. But overall, a pretty damn good steak sandwich. Did it look like this? Of course not, but still pretty good for what it is. That is it for DSP Tries It this time, everyone. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.
DSP Tries It.
Hello everyone, DSP here, and welcome to a special edition of DSP Tries It, guest starring Leanna. And it's a holiday edition. It is actually, no lie, Christmas night 2015. And we are sitting down here at night to enjoy an Italian classic snack, which I used to eat when I was a kid, and I haven't had this in a long time, okay? It's called panettone. Some people say panettone. My family always said panettone. What this is a classic Italian sweetbread. There are many different variations and ways that it's made. If you go from different companies, different stores, different bakeries, they'll make it a little bit differently. Okay, this is a little mini version, a midget version of the panettone that we actually saw at Trader Joe's. That's what's Trader Giotto's. It's really Trader Joe's. Because traditionally, this thing's huge. All right, this thing is usually like this big, no lie, giant bread for your family, and you cut it up, and on Christmas morning for breakfast, you have some of the panettone. But we decided to get a little mini one to share here as a little light dessert here on Christmas night. Now, what is it? I'll show you. It actually describes it on the side. This individual panettoncino, yes, they call it sino. The reason that it says that is because in Italian, if you end a word with sino, it means that it's like little. So it's panettoncino, means little panettone bread. It's a wonderful size when you want a panettone all for yourself or when you're willing to share just a little. It's rich, moist, and full of candied orange and raisins. Perfect with coffee or breakfast as a light dessert. Now, when I was a kid, we used to get a giant one for my family. And we would have it in the morning. I would have a cup of tea. I remember we'd all have like tea in the panettone, and it was like a little light breakfast thing before we went and opened our presents. Sometimes we'd have it during when we were opening presents, which of course can be a messy ordeal. So here we go. We're going to try it out. I've never had a Trader Joe's brand, so I have no idea what this is going to be like. But I'm excited to share this with you because this is an actual Italian tradition, something that my family did, being that my mom is about 50% Italian on her side. So here we go. Open it up from the bottom. And there it is. It really is a little mini one. Wow.
Oh, that's cute.
It is pretty cute.
Good for us because there's just 2 of us.
Right. So there we go. Should be nice and moist on top.
Yes, it is.
Oh yeah, look at that. Nice and moist. You can even see it glistening. See that? That's actually it should have a light glaze on the top of it. That's traditionally how it's. See, you can even see the glaze on the plastic there. All right. So what you're gonna do? Obviously peel the paper off around the edges of it. I'm gonna actually get napkins because probably our hands are gonna get a little bit greasy from it. And it's cool because it's got some different spicings and things in it that make it almost have an interesting flavor to it that wouldn't be normal bread. It doesn't taste like a muffin. Let me make that clear. It does not taste like a muffin at all.
Does it taste like raisin bread?
Yes and no. It tastes like raisin bread, but you're going to see there should be certain spices and flavors to it that are different from normal bread. All right?
Okay, all for me.
Hey. Here, grab this. And what I will do, I will cut the panettone. Let's see how well I can do this. I don't know. If I can do it like right down the middle to share. Now let's take a look. Raisins, and there's your candied orange pieces. Smell
Oh, I
that.
can actually smell it.
Yeah, it's got a really nice smell to it. You smell citrus, you could smell the raisins, and the seasoning that's in the bread too. All right, so there's your half. There's my half.
Ooh.
Right down the middle so it's evened. Right? There's your napkin. And we're going to dig in. That's okay, I'll hold the camera.
Okay.
We'll dig in here, and I'll let you know what I think. Let's see. So first of all, just the bread itself, without having any of the candied portion. I just want to give the breading a taste because I used to have this, like I said, as a kid. I want to see if it tastes the same to me. It's a little doughy. I just got that kick of flavor, right? Do you taste that little bit? I don't know what it is. I don't want to say it's like anisette. It's some kind of a spice. It's a unique spice they put in this bread. And it's got a kick to it. It's not, I want to make it clear, it's not like cinnamon. It's nothing like that. It's a unique spice that they put in this. And I can never really put my finger on what exactly it is, but it tastes really good. And it makes it taste a lot better than just a plain bread. So here, I'll have a piece here with
It's sweet, a tiny bit doughy.
Right. This one, here's some
Spicy.
candied orange in this bite, and also raisin. So I'll give this one a bite. The candied orange is really good. It's like eating a really refreshing. You know, it's like a dried fruit piece, but not so dry. It's actually pretty moist.
Yeah. Yeah, I got a big piece in there.
Oh yeah, there's a big piece in yours. So this is good, man.
This is actually very similar to raisin bread, but maybe like a little different with the spice, and it's got the orange in it. So if you like raisin bread,
Right, it makes
awesome.
it's a little bit of a kick up from just standard raisin bread, you know. Here we go. Oh wow, there you go. Look at that. Look at those chunks.
Wow, yeah, those orange pieces are a little moister than I expected. I thought they'd be dry and hard. They are good.
Yeah, for whatever reason, the fruit in panettone usually lasts pretty long. That doesn't last forever. You usually see this around Christmas, and then after Christmas, after like a month after Christmas, you won't see it anymore. It'll only come back like once a year around November-ish. You'll see it in stores, and then it goes away. It's really good. Now, of course, we're reviewing the Trader Joe's version. There's many other companies that make it, so I can't say, oh, this one's better than another. But as a breakfast treat, pretty good. Or late night, like right now, it's 9 o'clock about, and we're having a little night dessert.
It's very light too, not too heavy after a big Christmas meal.
And that's the thing. If you get the big one, like I said, there's literally one that's like this tall, and you chop it into these thin slices, and you give it to each family member. You give them a slice. You know, this one's cool for like a personal thing. So that's what I like about it. I saw a
big one that was like, it was like this wide.
Yeah,
like
huge,
this tall.
giant for the whole
like
family.
For like 8 people.
Right. Like I said, you have a family of 5, 6 people, and in the morning, Christmas morning, this is a cool thing to have for breakfast. Something interesting. So, just as good as I remember it. It really is. Although honestly, I really think I would recommend this with tea or coffee. And the reason I say that, if you have some of this in your mouth and you get like a little sip of tea, it literally melts in your freaking mouth. Oh, it's so good with tea.
I've never had this before, but
so what do you
really
think?
Good.
You like it?
I love it.
It's hard to rate it because how do you rate it when you really can't compare it to anything else?
Yeah, you can only really compare it to raisin bread because raisin bread's a big thing in Germans. We love to bake things, and raisin bread's like a huge thing. You find a lot of people that make their own. So it's kind of like that, but it's like it's got a little bit of fruit. It's like it's so different, but slightly similar.
The variations of the things with the candied orange and whatever that seasoning is, that little ingredient, whatever it is that gives the bread that unique taste. Is what I like. So I'm not gonna, for the first time, I'm really not gonna number this because I can't. How do you number this? I'm not comparing it to another thing that I've had. You know what I mean? Panettone is panettone. If I tried a different panettone on DSP Tries It, then I could rate it against this one and tell you what's better. But I'll tell you this: it's a great breakfast treat. It's a good late night snack. It's light. It's delicious. Christmas morning, try it out. Even if you're not Italian, one year, buy one of these loaves.
And they got small ones.
They're not expensive, by the way. They're a few bucks. They're not. Yeah. You're not going to spend $20. No, it's like maybe $5 for a giant loaf of this thing. So definitely check it out. It's delicious. I give it a thumbs up since I grew up with it. You give it a thumbs up. An Italian delicacy. Check out panettone next Christmas. That is it for DSP Tries It. Hope you enjoyed it. See you next time.
Merry Christmas.
DSP Tries It.
Hello everyone and welcome to a new episode of DSP Tries It. This one is a completely impromptu episode, and what I mean by that is had no idea this existed, was watching actually wrestling last night, and as we were, there was an ad on television, the new flame grilled chicken burger at Burger King. Now if you actually go back into the history of DSP Tries It, you'll find that years and years ago I tried both the veggie and turkey burgers at Burger King. But I never tried chicken because they never had it. And this is a new item. So I was curious, what the heck could this be? Okay, so right now there's a deal, FYI, 2 for $5. But I get the feeling the price will go up probably to like 3 something if they do adopt it and keep it. So let's see, what comes with the chicken burger at Burger King? Well, as you can see already, a little different. It's got a different bun. That's not the standard burger bun that Burger King uses. It looks like it's more of a traditional bun with no sesame seeds. Let's see what we get under the bun. Mayo, lettuce, ketchup, 2 small tomato slices. Looks like we've got pickles and some onions. Unfortunately, some of the onions are falling off the burger. There we go. And then underneath you've got the chicken patty, which is interesting because yes, it has grill marks just like the burger. They cook it on the same, flame grill, which of course is Burger King's claim to fame. They claim that if you cook it on the grill that it's better for you because if you fry it, all the fats and oils get stuck to the whatever you're frying them on, right? I'm just curious if they put anything on the bottom. I don't know if they did. I'll take a quick look. I don't think they did. Nope, but you can actually see the nice grill marks there from the flame grill. And it looks kind of similar to some chicken patties that I've had before. Every once in a while, Leanna and I have like different kinds of patties, like turkey or chicken, stuff like that. It kind of looks the same. It is kind of a thick one though, and I like that. Look, it is a thick patty. Okay, all right, so I'm gonna try it out. We're gonna see how it works here. I know you all like my hair. Styling. All right, well, find a good place to bite it. Here we go. Well,
It tastes very different from a burger. You got all the same condiments as the burger that you would get at Burger King. But it really is, it's like a Whopper Jr. with a big patty, right? But it tastes a lot different. Let me take another bite. It's good. It's moist, not dry at all. That's why I was worried that it would be a little bit dry because it's not meat or beef. It's not dry at all. It's juicy. It's tender. It's tasty. All right, I'll give it one more bite. It's pretty good, and it's actually quite heavy. Like, this is a heavy burger. For $2.50 right now, to get this is actually a really good deal. Typically, to get a sandwich this big at one of the big fast food chains, they charge you $5 or more, right? This is actually pretty good, and it's a good alternative. Obviously, it's healthier for you than the red meat. Of course, people will argue, well, nothing you eat at fast food places is healthy for you, and of course, that is a valid point. But if you're going to Burger King and you want something different and you don't want the burger, right? This is a very valid alternative in my opinion. It tastes pretty good. So I'll take one more bite and then I'll give you my verdict. Okay, so price-wise, right now, dead on. $2.50 for a big hefty sandwich. Great price point. Comes with a ton of condiments. It's not like it's a bare bones burger. Good. Flavor's good. It's moist. It's juicy. This is great. This is one of the best values, in my opinion, that I've had at a fast food joint in a while. You know, is it blowing me away? Like, oh my God, I must go back and get this right away? No. But at the same time, it's chicken, supposed to be a little bit healthier. I'm actually going to give the Burger King chicken flame grilled burger a 4.5 out of 5. Now, keep in mind, if the price point gets raised by like $1, all right, now you're pushing it a little bit. So I don't know eventually what the final price point will be, but for what it is, it's actually quite good, and I recommend that you go check it out, especially, again, if you don't want the typical burger that you always get when you go out for fast food. This is tasty, and it's cheap, and it's big. So, thumbs up for me. 4.5 out of 5, one of the highest things I've ever rated on the show. Definitely check it out, all right? That's it for DSP Tries It. See you next time.
DSP Tries It.
Hello everyone, and welcome to a new edition of DSP Tries It, and we are trying out a brand new item at KFC. We actually saw the advertisement for this one this week on television, and we said, this sounds interesting. It's Nashville Hot Chicken. It's supposed to be a special recipe, spicy chicken at KFC. You can either get it as an actual coating on regular chicken, or you can get it as tenders. We opted to get it as tenders because we don't know if we're gonna like it or not. We actually got a couple of pieces extra of regular chicken that we're gonna eat for dinner, and this is kind of like just a special thing for DSP Tries It to see if we like it or not. So, first of all, this is their 3-piece tenders meal. I believe it's $5 to $6. I'm not 100% on how much it costs. It's around that price range. And what you get with it is 3 chicken tenders in this Nashville style sauce. Looks to me like actually this is 2 smaller pieces and then 2 regular sized tenders, and you get a biscuit. Pretty basic. Oh, and also it comes with coleslaw. So this is the whole meal basically right here. No drink included. And yeah, there's pickles on top of the chicken, which I don't know if that's traditional in Nashville or with Southern style chicken or not. I don't know too much about it. But yeah, see, they even show, here's what it looks like, see? So we're each gonna try a piece here and let you know what we think. So here, I guess I'll grab this tender that's closest to me with the pickle.
I'll grab this little one with the pickle. Dang, this one is little.
Yeah, see, because there's another half of it over there. It's like they give you 2 minis instead of a bigger one. My pickle won't come off my fork. There we go. So the coating looks interesting. It just looks like a normal chicken tender that they dipped in whatever the special coating is. If you look, it's actually red and very kind of see-through.
Very greasy.
Like a jelly. All right. Well, I'll give it a shot. It's supposed to be really spicy. I'll take the pickle off for now. Give it a bite and see what I think. Wow, look at that. Okay. Oh my god, it just kicked in. Oh, it's in my throat. Hold on, I need a drink. Holy shit. Ooh. It's weird. Because at first you don't even taste it. And then as it was going down my throat, it actually got heat, like a spiciness, a heat to it.
Yeah, it's almost as if it builds heat as it goes down your throat. Because the first bite, you're like, this is nothing.
I didn't taste anything.
And then I imagine if you ate the whole thing, it'd be like, whoa.
All right, I'm going to take another bite. This one looks like it's more saturated in it, so. It's weird. Because really you don't taste it until like a couple seconds later, right? Mm-hmm. It almost, I'll be honest, it almost tastes like regular fried chicken. And then all of a sudden you get a burniness in your mouth like 10 seconds later. It's like, boom. Huh.
I don't think it's so bad that, like, you know, like you're reaching for a drink instantly, but
Right.
I think it does, like, after a few bites, I would take, like, a sip.
And the thing is, it doesn't have like think about it, hot sauce, buffalo sauce. Those have flavors to them. Really, I don't taste any unique flavor, right?
I just taste, like, heat.
Heat. Right? That's all I taste is heat. Like I said, it tastes like a standard piece of fried chicken, but I taste heat afterwards.
I taste heat. I kind of taste a little greasiness, and frankly, my little piece of chicken was really tough, but that's because it was so small.
Yeah.
So I would say either make it 2 or 3 large pieces. Don't even make those small pieces because it just makes the chicken tough. You're just like, it was just like you felt like you had to chew really hard on it. And the pickle does nothing for me.
Yeah, it's just a pickle. I mean,
Yeah, it's like not. It doesn't add anything. It's just there. It's a gimmick.
you'll have the pickle. There's pickles on my chicken. Yeah, it's a pickle. It's too small to even really do any kind of a calming effect because they only gave you what 3? They gave us 3 pickles for this whole thing. You know, I could see this as a good lunch meal.
Yeah, this would be like if you're a single person, and of course with our thing we did get a coupon for a drink. So if you get this once and then you get it again, you can add the drink. But yeah, just add a drink to it, and it would be a fine like lunch for someone.
Right. And of course, it comes with this side of coleslaw. So this is probably what you're supposed to eat to negate the heat flavoring.
Yeah, that probably explains why they picked coleslaw
Of the
and not
chicken.
the other sides.
I'm gonna be honest. It's not bad, but I'm not really impressed. And the reason I'm not impressed because it really doesn't have any flavor to it. It's not like
it's just heat.
Yeah, it doesn't taste like you can think when you think hot sauce. I know what that tastes like. Buffalo sauce. I know what that tastes like. This is literally just burning in your mouth with no additional flavor. It tastes like normal fried chicken with burniness in your mouth. Is that a big deal? You know, maybe some people really like that. But is it a reason to rush out to go to KFC? No. I'm really not impressed at all. And quite honestly, I think I would much rather have like a standard chicken tender and dip it in like a nice sauce or something.
Yeah, like they gave us honey sauce. Like maybe just have a regular chicken tender, dip it in honey sauce.
Probably if you get a regular chicken tenders meal that's not in this, they probably ask you, do you want a dipping sauce? You know, like
sure, yeah, but like
ranch or
literally
honey
anything.
mustard or something.
Yeah, this was kind of. It wasn't bad, but it was just meh.
It's very average. You know, I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna give it a 2 out of 5. I don't think that it's even worth a trip. I would rather get the regular chicken than just have a burniness
agree.
in my mouth. And it's, I think people are going to rush out to say, oh, it's new, let me try it. And they're going to eat it once and be like, what the hell happened here?
And look at how small and pathetic this is compared to this one.
Yeah, they gave you two little pieces instead of a full size piece.
But the problem is, this is incredibly tough. This is probably a lot better. So make it 2 or 3 large pieces, because I don't think it's still lunch size then.
I'm not sold on this.
No.
I would probably rather have regular chicken tenders. So
It's better than their grilled chicken that they tried.
well,
But it's not gonna top top original.
I'm just
or
happy
extra
we got
crispy.
this because honestly, I'm gonna probably finish this and I don't even know if I want any more. So I'm happy that we got the regular chicken
Yeah.
to eat for dinner because I'm not impressed and I probably won't even eat the rest.
Yeah.
I don't really like it.
This is meh.
So, KFC's Nashville hot chicken, blah. 2 out of 5 for me. Not impressive at all. No added flavor, just heat. Pretty lame, and not a reason to go to KFC. So pretty disappointing in my opinion. All right, yeah. Warning, you're about to taste the best spicy chicken you've ever had. Yeah, fuck you. Talk about false advertising. All right, that's it for DSP Tries It. See you next time.
DSP tries it.
Hello everyone, Phil here and welcome to a new episode of DSP Tries It. This one is going to be a lot different than what you're used to. We are actually going to try a baked good. This is a brand new thing. As you can see, it's limited edition. Pillsbury Grands Cinnabon Apple Cinnamon Rolls with icing. We saw this in the store. Now we've actually had the regular Cinnabons before. Usually we actually get the minis, which makes like 8 or 12 little mini cinnamon rolls. This is going to be 5 big ones. And we've never tried this apple cinnamon flavor. This was new limited edition in the store. The way it works, you got to heat up your oven, which we actually have it heating up right now to around 350 degrees. You need to either have a cake pan or a non-stick baking pan. So we actually have a cookie sheet that we cover with this silicone topping, which basically makes it a simulation of non-stick, okay? And what we're gonna do, step by step, we're gonna pop these out, put them on here, put them in, we're gonna show you what they look like when they come out of the oven, and we're actually gonna taste them, so you're actually gonna see cuts in this episode of DSP Tries It, which we usually don't do. So, we'll be back once the oven's ready, and we're gonna pop these guys in the oven. Alright, so the next step here is to peel the tube. They had a little pull tab where you peel it. Now let's see what happens here, because I've never done this. Leanna's made these before, so she's an expert. Look at this. Ooh.
Wow, that one actually came out way easier than most of the ones I've ever done.
Exploded. Look at that. And you unroll it. Wow.
Come on, unroll on this side a little. There we go.
There we go. Look at that.
Ooh, we got one that is already partially coming out.
There we go.
And then
This
there's
is supposed
the...
to make 5.
Ooh, icing's falling over.
Supposedly. Oh, there's the icing on the side. Okay. It's the Tower of Buns.
Ooh, it smells really apple cinnamon.
Oh, yeah?
Ooh, jeez. Yeah, you can't smell it? Oh my god, it's like overpowering me almost. There we go.
There we go. Look at that.
Ooh, crumb fell. Sniff.
Very apple cinnamon.
I told you.
I'll get the crumb down here and it fell. Cinnamon on the floor.
Ha. And this makes 5 big ones.
5 big ones, supposedly. There's
Well.
the tear line right there.
Yep. It's in the middle here. It's a little harder to tear.
It's okay. They're not going to be perfect. Probably trying to evenly space them once we all get them down here so they don't touch each other as they rise. Rise of the cinnamon buns. Well, that one's going to be super chubby. Look at that. It didn't come out right.
It was like the end piece.
Yeah, it's the end piece. It's like going to be a lopsided one. Look, it's lopsided. And it doesn't have enough cinnamon. That's pretty funny.
And then the icing we reserve for after they're baked, obviously.
Right. I figure you bake them for, I believe it's 20 to 25 minutes.
25 to 30.
And then once they're done, then you ice them as they're fresh out of the oven and hot, so the icing will melt on them.
Yep. That's
Okay.
the idea. Ooh, gooey.
All right, so I guess we put them in the oven, right?
Yep.
The oven's already warm, pre-warmed.
Woo.
A nice dirty oven. Careful. There they go. And we'll check on them in about half an hour.
25 minutes.
All right, so it's been a half hour, and the cinnamon rolls are coming out of the oven.
Ooh, they're big. Jeez.
It's actually more like 25 minutes, I believe.
Actually, yeah, 25.
There you go.
Ooh.
So they did puff up and they spread out. They're nice golden color here. And now Leanna is going to ice the rolls. I guess what we should do here, if we can we move them a tiny bit? There we go. Just so their icing doesn't, ooze into each other. icing of the cinnamon rolls.
Mm-hmm.
It's a ceremonial tradition
Yes.
amongst the baked people.
The baked
peoples.
people? What, little gingerbread men gather around and they frost?
Yes. Hula maja, ice the bugs.
Yeah, look how quickly it already melted on the first one.
Yep, because it's so hot, it's fresh out of the oven, it's going to melt right down on top of it.
Mm-hmm. You always kind of want to aim for the center, but if it's one of those ones that's tilted, you kind of want to try to push some of it. Otherwise, it'll never get to this side, and then it'll be bad.
So, icing the buns, and then in a few minutes, once they cool down, we're going to try them, and that'll be the final part of this DSP Tries It. We'll let you know how they taste and how we rate them, based off of flavor. So, we will be back with the taste test. Alright, so this is the moment of truth. You've seen the steps to make them. Now we're going to taste them. We're going to see if these apple cinnamon rolls from Pillsbury are any good. This is going to be quite daunting. It's okay.
You need like one of those mini tripods. Like a tabletop one.
So let's see. Cinnamon on one side. Frosting on the other. Alright, give it a bite. So having tasted just the regular cinnamon buns, it definitely has an apple flavoring to it. It doesn't actually have any chunks of apple, as you can see.
Probably because it would mess with the shape or something.
Well, I don't think that you can have it in a tube like that in a refrigerator if it had chunks of real apple in it.
Who knows?
So I think it has some kind of an artificial flavoring. And it does, you know what it reminds me of? Apple Jacks. It kind of tastes like Apple Jacks.
Yeah, it does.
That cinnamony apple flavor that you get in that breakfast cereal. Here, I'll give it another stab. As you can see, it's crunchier on the outside, but the further you get into the middle, it gets softer and almost gooier. So it's kind of like a warm, fluffy center. Great. I dropped a piece already. Making a mess. It's pretty good. Is it amazing? No. This would be awesome if it had like actual apple pieces on top. Right? If you could like drizzle apple pieces on top of it, warm apples in it, it would be like really good.
I speculated that when we got it, that the frosting was actually going to be like an apple frosting, or an apple cinnamon frosting. It would be like a regular cinnamon bun.
But it's not. It's just regular frosting. So it's all right. Is it like dramatically better than the normal cinnamon bun? No. But it's something different. If you're tired of just cinnamon, you want a little bit of an extra flavoring to it. Yeah. It's not bad. It's not any more expensive than the regular cinnamon bun. So whatever the regular cost is, which I think is a few bucks, right? Like $4 or $5 maybe.
Yeah, it depends on where you get it from.
Right, if it's on sale or not.
I think ours was,
great.
I think it was like $3.29 or something.
I got cinnamon. Went the wrong way down my throat.
Making me cough.
Ugh. Whatever you do, don't get cinnamon down the wrong chute. Ooh. So it's not bad. I'm going to give it a 3 out of 5 rating. Didn't blow me away. Not bad. If it had actual apple in it, it would definitely be way higher up there. Yeah. So it's a little disappointing in that regard. But then again, like I said, I don't know if that could exist in the freezer the way that this is.
I'm sure they put in preservatives, but I don't know.
Yeah. So Pillsbury, apple cinnamon, Cinnabon, mini. Well, these are actually big cinnamon rolls. I'm going to give it a 3 out of 5. What do you think?
I'm going to give it a 3 out of 5. My only criticism is I hate when they do the odd number in the tube. 5. It should have been 4 or 6.
So unless you have a family of 5, someone either has to eat 2 and become like bloated, or
everyone fights to the death for the last one.
Yeah. All right. So I hope you enjoyed this DSP Tries It. A lot different than the usual. Thanks for watching. See you next time.
DSP Tries It.
Hello and welcome to a new edition of DSP Tries It. This week, we try out a brand new burger offering from Jack in the Box. Yes, a place that I now frequent. Not too often,
bought every once in a while because now it is a chain that is local to me. They have a brand new burger, which I'm a little confused about, and I'll explain in a moment. It's called the Double Jack. They've been advertising it on TV. It's supposed to have a buttery bun, and I'm going to show you why I'm confused about it. So here it is, first of all. And FYI, to get this burger, it's around $5 or so, like most of these premium burgers that you get at burger joints, okay? So it's supposed to be a buttery style bun, okay? Lettuce, which the lettuce isn't even on the burger for me, so I'm gonna have to move that. Tomato, pickles, a little bit of onion I see, cheese, 2 burgers, ketchup and mayo. Now, here's the thing that I find odd about this burger. Doesn't that sound like the standard burger you would get anywhere? Doesn't that sound like the burger you would get at like Burger King, the Whopper? That's exactly what comes on the Whopper, right? McDonald's, you get any of their premium burgers, like their quarter pounders. That's exactly what comes on it. So it's a little confusing to me that this is their new burger at Jack in the Box, yet this is like something you would get everywhere else in the past. Now, looks like there's also mustard. And boy, did they make a mess when they combined the mustard with the other condiments, just slapped it on there. Also, as you can see, they did not do a good job of positioning the burger, because as I got home, the top patty slid off and the cheese fused to the box. That is not good. That means they did not put any effort into actually positioning the sandwich properly, and now I'm gonna have a lopsided sandwich. So I'm gonna have to try to do here is attempt to get the beef patty in the right position where it should have been to begin with, so I can actually eat the sandwich properly. So, here I am. It actually did push and move, so that's good. Position, position. All right, so put that on top. Yeah, because you know, Jack in the Box has what they call a jumbo jack, but all that is a single patty burger with these kind of lettuce, tomato, and onion, ketchup, pickles, that kind of stuff. And it's very odd to me that they never had a double of that in the past, and that they're actually advertising this as a new burger when typically it's kind of the burger you get anywhere else, right? All right, well, I'm gonna try it. Looks like it's gonna be messy, but I am gonna try it here. So, lift it up. They did put an extra piece of cheese between the 2 patties. It is a very hefty burger. Look, those burgers are pretty big. Much bigger than a patty you would get at, say, McDonald's, right? Much more meat to it. All right, well, let's see. First off, the bun is the same as any bun ever. It doesn't taste buttery or whatever. I know they advertise it like that. It doesn't taste like this. It tastes like a normal hamburger bun to me. The flavors go together well, but obviously they do, because it's the same kind of burger you get anywhere else. Like, I've had this kind of burger at Dairy Queen, at Burger King, at McDonald's. So again, it's nothing that's like, wow, I'm blown away. It's good. It's definitely a lot of meat. Here, I'll take another bite. Yeah, the condiments go well with it. 2 slices of cheese is the right amount of cheese for this size of burger. But there's nothing special about it. It's pretty much what you would get anywhere else, except there's 2 patties now instead of 1 from the regular jumbo jack. So, is the double jack worth like $5? Honestly, I've seen better deals. You know what I mean? Like, I've seen the jumbo jack is usually a cheap burger. You can get it for like $2-3 tops. So really, if you want a 2 patty burger, this is probably one of the ways to go. They also have another one. It's called the Ultimate Cheeseburger. Now that one has 2 patties. It has 2 different kinds of cheese on it. And I believe you can get that one with bacon and stuff. This one doesn't come with that. But it's all right. I'm not blown away. It tastes good. It's a good tasting burger. But I'm not blown away, and I don't think there's any reason why you need to go to Jack in the Box to get the burger that's so kind of plain vanilla. Really, there's no sauce that's anything different. They didn't put any kind of special cheese, nothing. It's just exactly what you would expect on a burger, and it's surprising that this is what they're advertising as something new when it's something you get everywhere else. So I'm gonna go right middle of the road. I'm gonna say this is a 2.5 out of 5 because it's not good and it's not bad. It's just is. It's not overpriced because it's huge. It's a lot of meat, a lot of food, but I wouldn't rush to Jack in the Box to get this. Maybe there are people who've been complaining, why can't I just get a traditional burger at Jack in the Box? Well, then I guess get this. But there's no reason for you to make an extra trip. It just is what it is, very standard. So, all right, that's it for DSP Tries It. I'll see you next time.
DSP tries it.
Hello everyone, DSP here, and welcome to a new edition of DSP Tries It. This one being a little bit different than usual because we're actually going to try out a drink. That's right, we're going to be trying out one of the new flavors for Mountain Dew Kickstart. This is a line of energy drinks that's been around for quite some time. I believe it's been over 2 years that these energy drinks have been out, and I actually did a DSP Tries It on these previously. Quite a long time ago when they were first released. Now since then they've had a secondary line of drinks that were released that are supposed to be a more low carb alternative to these larger cans, okay? And then just this past couple of weeks here, they released a bunch of new flavors. Now, just to let you know, I am already a fan of Kickstart. In fact, I'm going to walk over to my fridge here and I'm going to show you that I have a shelf that typically has a bunch of Kickstart drinks. This is my energy drink of choice. And over the years I've gone through many. I've gone through Joe Cola and I went through these powders and things. Here's why I like Kickstart. Number one, the flavor. It tastes really good. Unlike all these other energy drinks, it doesn't have any kind of a weird aftertaste. It doesn't taste like a chemical or anything. It tastes like you're drinking a flavored soda. So that's a huge plus. And then number two, the fact that it is energizing and you don't really get too much of a crash. A lot of these energy drinks, if you're drinking too much, okay, you end up getting a crash after a couple hours. I've never gotten that from Mountain Dew Kickstart, okay? Now, the way that Kickstart works is it's not just soda. I mean, yes, high fructose corn syrup is the main ingredient, but it also does have actual juice in it, and you'll find that in all of them. They actually have a little bit of fruit juice. Not too much. In fact, it says right here at the top of the can, 5% juice, but at least there's juice, you know what I mean? It's not like it's just freaking sugar water. So, there's a bunch of new flavors. This is one of them. It's called Energizing Midnight Grape. They also have one that's watermelon flavored, and there's another one that I could not find because they did not have it in my local store. So I couldn't even tell you what the flavor of that new one is. Now, here's the thing. They have many different flavors already before these new ones, and I'll be honest, they range, you know, in my level of enjoyment. I'd say the one I don't like as much as the others is the Limeade, because I don't think it tastes like limeade. I just think it's a really sour style drink. They've got an orange one that's okay. They've got a fruit punch that's actually pretty good. It actually tastes like fruit punch, like a fruit punch soda. And then they've actually got a black cherry, and that's my favorite one. Although if you drink it too much, you kind of get tired of the flavor. So out of those existing flavors, that's kind of how I rank them. So when I saw this one in the store, I was like, I actually really like grape soda, but haven't had it in a long time, and I'm curious as to see what this will taste like. Will it taste like real grape soda? Especially being that you see right there, the second ingredient is white grape juice. So I guess we're gonna find out. Now I'm assuming this has the same ingredients when it comes to caffeine and such as the other Kickstarts. So I'm not necessarily reviewing this for the effects of the drink. I already know it's a good drink. It gives you a nice energy boost without much of a crash, if any crash. What I'm really reviewing it for is the flavor. So let's go ahead and open it. In one hand. And it actually does look purple. It's kind of funny because sometimes these energy drinks, they say that they're a flavor and then the color of the drink is different from what they say the flavor is. Sometimes the grape ones are blue. This one actually looks purple though. Alright, so let's give it a sip. Yeah, see, I knew it. The reason I like these, they actually taste like real soda. They don't taste like an energy drink. That tastes 100% like regular grape soda. It really does. I don't know why they call it, ooh, midnight grape, but it tastes like a normal grape soda. I don't taste any kind of overpowering flavors. Right? There's no aftertaste. You know, you drink like Red Bull or whatever, you get that nasty aftertaste in your mouth. None of that. It just tastes like normal soda without any kind of a negative edge to it in any way. So I'll take one more sip just to make sure I'm not, you know, missing out or, you know, misjudging from only one sip. Let's see here. Yeah. All right. So I like it. Tastes great. Tastes just like regular grape soda. I know I'm going to get an energy kick, which I need today. And let's see. In rankings with all the flavors, as I said, limeade is probably my least favorite. Orange is kind of you know. Do you really want an energy drink that tastes like pure orange if you're a big fan of orange? I would say this one probably ties in the upper flavors. I like fruit punch. On the one hand, I like the fruit punch flavor. On the other hand, I like the black cherry flavor. And now I like this one. So this is one of my go-to flavors from now on, as long as they keep carrying it. I mean, that's the one thing you have to take a chance with when you like something that's a brand new product. You don't know if they're going to keep doing it or not. But this tastes great, and I like it just as much as the other top two flavors that I like. So I'm going to give Mountain Dew Kickstart Midnight Grape a 4.5 out of 5. It tastes great, and I know I'm going to get a big energy boost. Now, I already mentioned there's another new one, and the other new one we're not doing in this video because I'm certainly not going to drink 2 energy drinks back to back. But they have these. These are called Kickstart Hydrating Boosts. These are supposed to be the more narrow, see, less of a sugary kick, even though they have high fructose corn syrup, right? They try to say, oh, well, you know, the first ingredient is water, and then there's other stuff in it. So this one's supposed to be watermelon. So at a future date, when I need another energy boost, I'll be trying this one. These also have coconut water in them, while the other ones do not. I'll try this at a future date and I'll let you know. But today I really wanted to try out the grape one. As you can see, I kind of counted on the grape being good because I like the grape soda flavor. So I ended up getting a second one. So yeah, in the future maybe I'll be reviewing that one. But for now, Energizing Midnight Grape, I'm gonna give a 4.5 out of 5. I really like it. So if you're looking for a great tasting energy drink, I recommend it and you should check it out. That's it, short and sweet. New DSP tries. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you next time.